Hello, welcome to Souls Intersect. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it is for the month of June 2017. If you're interested in a private reading with me, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com, or you can book directly through my site, and the address is in the description below. There's also the address to read about descriptions of my readings. I go into detail on my site about my approach, and it differs from some other readers. I'm an intuitive reader, and so my primary focus is using my intuition. I use the cards as more of a frame for the reading or prompts to point me in the right direction. Okay. I also offer past life readings, and there's a description about those on my site. And I've permanently reduced the price of those to $35 each. So I'm going to read through the cards, and then I'm going to tune in a bit more. So from the top left, you have the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, and the Shadow Dance card, which is the Devil card. In the center, the Nine of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. And then on the bottom, the Four of Swords, the World, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so looking at the World and the Eight of Cups, I'm definitely seeing a cycle that is coming to an end. And it looks to me like there maybe has been a period where things haven't been moving along in quite the way that you want them to in terms of something financial or related to your home or work. I get the sense that some of you are affiliated with some sort of higher institute. It could be a university. It could be the church itself. It could be a hospital even, something along those lines. And I feel that maybe for a group of you, it does seem that there has been threats of something possibly shutting down or layoffs that are going to take place. And I get the sense that you'll be hearing about that soon. And it's going to go one way or the other, depending on your circumstances, but it does seem like in the work realm, especially, or anything you're affiliated with, so it could be also if you're a student, a university you're affiliated with, that things are shifting on a larger level. So it does seem like there will at least be shuffling around and changes, possibly a sale of a company, if it's a company, and possibly some cutbacks and layoffs. But this doesn't feel like impending doom. And I don't, usually when I do these monthly readings, it's showing me things that you already have information about. So I don't think this is something brand new. Like if things are going along smoothly and you haven't heard of anything like this possibly coming up, I don't necessarily see that coming. I just sense that for some of you, you already have knowledge of possibilities of this and even possibly know that what the outcome is going to be. It's just the timing hasn't quite made itself clear, and that feels like what's going to happen soon, as you'll get to understand the timing of it. But I really feel that, especially with this Ace of Pentacles, so one thing is I can see that you've been doing a lot of worrying about that, and I get the sense that a lot of you, especially because it feels like either a really big company, an established company, could also be a bank or a financial institution, or a larger hospital like I mentioned, or a large university or church. It feels like you really put your trust in it and never thought this would happen with this particular entity because it is so established, and maybe you even feel like you let go of other opportunities in the past because this one seemed like one that would offer you more promise and security. Security feels like a big thing. But I also feel, again, that for most of you that this resonates with, that this is something you've already kind of known about and have been processing. So while there's been worry, I feel like you've also been able to do some processing because it feels like it seemed like the inevitable information has already come out into the open. It's just more the timing. But so what I was going to say was that also with this Ace of Pentacles, it feels like, so a new beginning, and it sounds cliche, but with endings, there can be new beginnings. But this really does feel like a positive cycle opening up for you. And with this sense of inevitability, it feels like this is something that really was meant to come to an end for you so that you'll be able to embrace some new opportunities that are coming your way. And in terms of security, I also feel like most likely, if this is happening to you, that because for most of you it feels like it is a trustworthy institution, etc., that they will set you up with, possibly severance or something along those lines, or that unemployment for you will be enough, at least for a temporary period, or it feels like financially and in terms of feeling secure, that you'll be taken care of, at least in the short term, until you have a better understanding of what new endeavor is meant to come through. And some of you also may have just been saving because you've kind of known about this, because that can be the case also with this Four of Pentacles. So I feel like that was a good call, and it's something that's going to really help you feel secure. And it might actually be a nice period for you to rest and relax. Of course, there'll be some activity because most likely some of you may be able to just retire, but some of you are probably looking for the next thing to move on to if this is resonating with you, and you'll be active, but I feel like you also really might be able to enjoy some of this downtime and time away from this. For some of you, this could also be a relationship. It feels very, very strongly to do with work or a project or a course of education or a course of study, but it could be a relationship. And again, this isn't something upcoming, impending. It feels like it's more something you've understood. It's already begun to come to an end, and it feels like I'm not getting a lot of these negative emotional cards. I feel like you've already processed a lot of this, and it's more just the logistical stuff, the timing of it, that the cycle is coming to an end now. So this might be a longer relationship for some of you that you've invested more time in, and some of the logistical things that you're waiting for to shift could have to do with waiting for divorce proceedings to finalize, or maybe custody, things along those lines. That feels like the cycle that's coming to an end. So again, it's not like a prediction of upcoming someone leaving you or something along those lines. I'm not sensing that. This feels like, in both cases, a process that's been in the works for a while. This Queen of Cups figure is coming through as a slightly negative influence. So for some of you, especially if the relationship part of it resonated, this could be a partner or a partner you've left. In terms of the work area, though, if this is in regard to your work, it feels to me like there is a certain person who is somewhat responsible for a lot of these changes. So this could be pretty high up in the ranks if it's a bigger company. But it can also be someone, for some of you, but it can also be for some of you someone like maybe your immediate supervisor, someone that's been mentoring you, whether it's about work or relationships. It feels like someone, for most of you, it feels like someone in your immediate environment who has sort of been manipulating the situation somewhat. They're not responsible fully for what's happened. It just feels like they've been responsible for some of the worry that's come along with it, and for some of the way that you've been processing it. That's what it seems like it's coming through as. It could be a spiritual guide for some of you, or even some kind of mentor. It could be a therapist for someone, but it would have to feel like So let me say this. This is going to resonate for you if it feels like there is an influence who you've been trusting and putting your trust into, but you've gotten the feeling like kind of in the back of your mind or maybe in the pit of your stomach that maybe they're not trustworthy. Like some of what they're saying feels like, okay, I suppose I could try that, but something doesn't feel right about it. I don't like the way they're encouraging me to handle this or process this. It could even be a lawyer. I mean, it's a Queen of Cups. To me, it's coming, the manipulative side of that is coming through for that element, the water element, especially next to this Devil card. Um, I don't even know that they're benefiting in any way. It doesn't feel like they're financially benefiting or anything like that. It just feels like they may even be kind of misguided themselves. They might actually believe in what they're saying and they might actually be trying to help you. For some of you, it might be they are more malicious and manipulative, but I even with that, I don't think that it's necessarily for their gain in any way other than for their making someone feel bad or harming someone else just makes them feel better for some reason because of some issues of their own. But probably less serious for some of you, just kind of feels like someone who's misguided. And again, they might you the most important thing is that you feel you should trust yourself because you've been feeling like, I don't know if I should trust this person and I think I can do this a different way or get other help from a different kind of mentor that might see this a different way. And I feel like you should. I feel like that's a good call and to trust yourself. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up here. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to comment or you can email me. And I hope you have a great month of June. Take care.